Hey everyone, I want to talk to you about what I do when investors ask that question, which is how are you going to grow? How are you going to scale? What does acquisition actually look like? And I think this is the make or break for early stage startups right now. You can have the best idea, but if you don't at least have some experiments that you're thinking about for acquisition, and if you can't quantify those experiments, then I think many investors are going to say no. So that's the trick. How do you get confidence in the fact that you're going to actually be able to acquire people? And this is where I use a spreadsheet similar to this one. I couldn't find the one that I was looking for, so I just recreated stuff, but you'll have the principles here, and then you can create some things for yourself. So across the bottom, I put all the different techniques that I might use if I was comparing different strategic funnels, acquisition funnels, to get customers to actually purchase from me. So Google Ads acquisition, or SEO, or social media marketing, or cold emailing. And what I do is I actually start to build a model that can compare these different funnels, and also helps me test my assumptions about what is going on as well, to determine which direction to go in and which one to do. Because the last thing that you want to do is say you're going to go after everything. Nobody can focus on that. You've got to pretty quickly determine what you're going to go after, which channel, what you're going to double down on. And that's a really hard thing if you've never done sales and marketing. If you do need any help with that, please let me know. I've been running this growth challenge right now with a couple of people, and things are starting to look pretty good. So yeah, if you're ever looking at choosing a channel, how to model this out, and then how to execute on all of this, hit me up. But let's talk about the spreadsheet. Okay, so let's say that this is Google Ads acquisition that I'm testing. So the first thing to do is think about the journey that your customer is going to go through in order to purchase. And sometimes I put this in, a list. Other times I might use a Miro board or something like that. But, it might be like, sees ad, clicks on ad, lands on special landing page on website, signs up for email, gets email series, and purchases. That might be your funnel. That could be a really cool funnel for a B2C business, but it might not be the right funnel for a B2B business. So for a B2B business, it might be something like this. It might be send LinkedIn messages, get response from prospective customer, set up demo, give demo, close deal, right? So that could be a funnel that you use for B2B deals. And basically what you're doing is, that's the customer journey. That's the journey that you are taking that person on in order to get them to become a customer. And this would, be a LinkedIn strategy. This could be either a Google or a Facebook or whatever advertising strategy. So you get the picture. All right. So what we do is we do that, and I say, okay, this is my customer journey. So I'm saying Google Ads impressions. So I'm buying Google Ads here, and I'm saying 10,000 people are seeing this per month, and about 4% are going to click on that ad. A good click-through rate does vary by industry, but my personal opinion is if you haven't gotten over 4%, then you are either not writing your ads correctly, or your spend is too low, and that's absolutely something I can help you with if you want to write Google Ads that people actually click on. Working with Sam right now from Happy Pillar, she's getting ads that are getting a 16% click-through rate, so we're super happy with those. But yeah, 4% as a standard is kind of fine as a base. And then we say, okay, how much is it going to cost to get each of those clicks? It's going to cost us 70 cents per click. Again, this varies by industry, but I would recommend that you don't want clicks over $1 if you have a cheap product. If you have a very expensive B2B product, maybe you can go up to $25 per click, because you know that some of those people who click are going to convert into customers who have thousands and thousands of dollars at the other end. But in this case, we have a fairly low priced product, so I'm going to say 70 cents as the cost per click. And this is a calculation. We get 400 landing page visits on our website. And I'm going to say that in this funnel, what we're aiming to get people to do is land on the website, sign up with their email. And we're going to say there's 10% of people sign up with their email. And then you get 40 emails out of that. Then we're going to convert them to paying customers with an email nurturing campaign. And I'm going to say 5% of those people are converting. So that leaves 2 paying customers out of that original 10,000 ad impressions. That sounds not so good, right? But as you implement this funnel and as you start to kind of tweak it and improve the landing pages, improve all these conversions, then that's where you start to make things hum. And also, it's actually not the fact that it goes from 10,000 to 2, it's are you making profit on those 2 customers. So this is where, in this example, we have 2 paying customers and we're saying the lifetime value of a customer, they stick around with us for about 3 months and it's around $79 per month. So the lifetime value in total is $237. So on average, each of these people who becomes a paying customer is bringing $237 to the business, which if there's 2 customers, that equals $474 in total. Then below, you just calculate your ad costs. So we might have $280 worth of Google ad costs. That's the 70 cents. 400 people clicked on it for 70 cents. And so that's what we get there. And then this is just per customer because you want to know your CAC essentially. So I usually just calculate that as well. One thing that founders often forget to add into this equation, however, is the time they are personally spending on doing these campaigns. So all of this time, whether you have a sales team or whether you're using your personal time, you have to add that into your advertising costs. If you don't, you look a little naive. And so you want to be like, okay, in this scenario, I'm imagining maybe I have someone who works on this 3 hours a month. Once it's set up, there's some upfront costs. That's not accounted for in this spreadsheet. But once it's set up and running, maybe I have someone who's worth $50 an hour who spends 3 hours a month tweaking things and doing things. In reality, it's probably going to be more until you get it up and running and really optimized. But in this case, I'm going to say it's nominally $150. So our total costs for the advertising actually is $280 plus $150. And then that gets us to our profit and loss here. So my revenue is $474, total cost is $430, so I'm making $44. And actually, we could also say this, profit or loss per customer. And we're going to say this divided by the number of customers that we have, 2, and you're making $22 per customer. This is the type of story you want to tell to an investor. You want to say, look, if I put in this much, I'm going to get out this much at the other end. We believe our assumptions here are true, and therefore we're going to be making money off of every single customer, and we can scale this channel. And what you want to do as a founder is you actually want to say, okay, now that I've talked about Google Ads, let me think about some other ways that I could find customers. And again, you create the user journey from not having heard about you to having heard about you to being nurtured to become a customer. You calculate all of your assumptions around the conversion rates there, and I can help you with that if you need. And then you calculate your costs to run that type of campaign, and you look at your profit and loss. And you might find that cold emailing, if you have a good system for that, if you can really take people through that acquisition journey, maybe that's more profitable than Google Ads, or maybe Facebook is more profitable than Google Ads. They each have their own different baseline click-through rates, etc. So that's what I do. I tend to honestly, I tend to explore wide, and then maybe I'll present 1, 2, 3 options to investors and be like, this is the one we think is number one. We're going to focus on this hard for 3 to 6 months. We can scale that, refine it, pending anything, it should work out based on our model. Then we're going to jump to the next acquisition channel. So we're just building on revenue, collecting more and more and more customers over time. So that's it. I'll leave it there and speak to you guys later. I will send you this spreadsheet. Bye.